Welcome to a demonstration of SCORM Untethered. Just going to take a quick look at it in the context of Test Track. Test Track is a freely available testing tool. We are, however, working against a private instance of it today that includes the SCORM Untethered functionality. That's apparent here in the URL where you see testtrack.scorm.com/testtrack2. First step in testing some content is to get it uploaded and make the system aware of it. The course I've chosen for today is the Sequencing Simple Remediation course found on our website under the SCORM examples. Uploading a course into Test Track is as simple as clicking Browse and then clicking Import. It'll take a moment for that course to physically upload, and then you'll see it rendered here. This is all standard online functionality, nothing related to Untethered so far. Last thing I'm going to do here is just for demonstration purposes launch this course in the connected environment. You'll see after a moment that it comes up, and we'll actually go ahead and click through a few of these SCOs so that we have some state data to work with. These examples are about golf, certainly a favorite of some of us here at Recipe Software. And I'll go ahead and click through a couple of SCOs so that you can see in this case playing the game is something we've completed, etiquette is something that we have not, and handicapping is the active SCO at this point. I'm going to go ahead and exit from this course, come back to the central rendering in Test Track where these things will be apparent, and we'll take note of the current state of the course. Here you can notice that the success status has failed. We've yet to achieve any sort of a score. Our completion status is incomplete, and our total time spent is 22 seconds. The next step in taking a course offline via SCORM Untethered is to get that course physically onto your machine, and in Test Track that's done through the Take Offline button. This Take Offline button is not available in most installations of Test Track, but is available here in this account. You'll see some feedback in this case preparing the courses for download. It's now ready. It's been packaged appropriately both with the content and with the required assets to make it deliverable offline. I'm simply going to save that here physically on the desktop. I'll click Save. It's going to pull it down. The next step will be to open the folder, at which point we'll extract it. This can all be done via a self-extracting zip file, but for clarity's sake here in the demonstration, I'll walk you through each of the steps. I'm going to open the folder. You can see that there is an offline version of it here. I'm simply going to extract that again locally. That'll take a moment as well. We'll show the extracted files, close the window behind, and take a look at what we've got here. From this point, the next step is to simply launch the EXE. Prior to that, though, we're going to want to disconnect from the internet to complete the demonstration. Disconnecting from the internet in this case consists of actually disconnecting the virtual machine in which I'm working from the internet. I'm going to do that here by disconnecting the network adapter. The fact that that has taken effect will be apparent in a couple of ways. You see the network cable is unplugged reference. You'll also be able to see as I come back to Test Track, the connected version of Test Track, as I click on something, you'll get the typical network connection problem page. So at this point we've confirmed that we're completely disconnected from the internet, and we can move on to the actual process of launching as if we're on an airplane or some other disconnected environment. Launching a course disconnected is as simple as double-clicking the EXE. Under certain configurations that can be done automatically from a self-extracting zip file. You can see here we're launching a local web application. In this case, it's going to run on localhost 8080. It's done using something like Cassini. We call it the Deployed Web Application Framework. You can see at this point at launch we are disconnected from the LMS, although our status is still synchronized. This data came down from the LMS originally. You can see that our current time spent is 22 seconds and our score and status are both incomplete. We'll go ahead and launch this piece of content. You can see the state is as we left it in the connected environment. We'll go ahead and click through to the playing quiz at this point. And due to some help from the bold, I'll go ahead and master this portion of the quiz. You can see I achieved 100 on this section. As I exit this item, you'll see that both the completion and satisfaction checks are now checked. In total, I haven't mastered everything, but this section is mastered. So I'm going to go ahead and return to the LMS at this point. In this case, we are still disconnected. You can see the scores are both incomplete and status is incomplete because the sequencing rules haven't made use of them yet. But the time spent has gone up to 48 seconds. We're still disconnected. Coming back over here, I'm going to try reloading test track for you. There's a better way to do that, but you can see that we're still looking at an expired page here. We're disconnected at this point. I'm then going down into my virtual machine. I'm going to reactivate that connection by connecting the network adapter. Not going to do anything else. You can see eventually that the application becomes aware of the connection that's now present. You'll see this disconnected reference will be changed ultimately. This is done on a periodic basis. We don't want to kill your connection so it's not happening all the time, but you can see it's now connected to the LMS. The LMS synchronization status changed automatically. We could continue to launch it here, but let's go ahead and go back to test track. I'm going to reload this page. Retry the connection and see what we get here. So we're still on golf. Explain simple remediation. You can see here that it is incomplete. The score is rolled up, and the total time is 48 seconds, as it should be. Were we to launch the course here, we could also see the current state within the course has been reestablished in the connected version of test track. Specifically, you can see it here on the left that the playing quiz has been completed and passed. That's the extent of the round trip. Thanks for checking out the SCORM Untethered connection to test track here. And if you have questions, just get in touch with us, info@scorm.com. Thanks.